A very good afternoon to one and all. Today we'll going and explain about to the module number 2, mobile radio propagation. In this chapter we are going to the concept of mobile radio propagation, then large scale fading, then free-space propagation model, and 3 basic propagation mechanisms of electromagnetic or radio waves. Before going to this lecture, I am take a review of previous lecture. So in previous lecture, in module 1, we are going to the concept which is related to the cellular system, frequency reuse, then channel assignment strategies, their types, interference and system capacity, the types of interference, adjacent channel interference and co-channel interference. Also we go to the concept of trunking theory and grade of service. Also we see the numerical base on trunking theory and grade of service. Then we are also going to the concept of improving the coverage and capacity by using 4 technologies or 4 methods: sectoring, cell splitting, extension of repeaters and microcell concept. So all this we have done in previous lecture for module 1 from 1 to 8. Today we will give to the introduction about brief introduction about the mobile radio propagation. So let us begin with. So in mobile radio propagation, the channel places the fundamental limitation on the performance of wireless communication system. So radio channels are random in nature. So the performance of these mobile radio channels are very important in the mobile communication as well as wireless communication system. So there is a direct transmission between from transmitter to receiver by using like a coaxial cable or optical fiber communication is very luxury, but luxury is provided in terms of the in mobile radio propagation is not possible. So transmission path between from transmitter to receiver wireless transmission are 2 ways. First one is a line of sight, means there is a transmission between transmitter and receiver. There is a no obstacle is present between, so there is a no propagation loss. And second wireless transmission path is possible between is obstacle present, that is called as a non-line of sight. Obstacles such as building, mountains and foliage present between transmitter and receiver. So the whenever these channels radio channels are transmitted from transmitter to receiver, that time the losses will be taken. So attenuation of the signal will be decreasing. And radio channels are extremely random in nature. So it is very difficult to analyze in terms of the mathematical model. Also they are time varying. So analysis of these radio channels are very difficult task due to the extreme condition of random in nature and time varying. So modeling of radio channel has been one of the most difficult part in mobile radio system design. The radio propagation models are derived using combination of some empirical formulas and analytical methods that will be used to analysis the radio channels. These methods are implicitly take into account all the propagation factors both with known and unknown through the actual measurement. So while dealing with the designing, we take the factors which is to be also known as well as the unknowns. So this is all about your mobile radio propagation. So what are the effect of mobile radio propagation models, or we can say what is the effect of on the channel or signal of the environmental effects. So signal strength. So if you observe, whenever we traveling from away the base station, the signal strength will be decreasing. So one of the must may be strong the enough between the base station and mobile station to maintain the signal quality as possible as high. But this is not possible. Must not be to provide a strong to create too much co-channel interference with the channel another same frequency. To increase the capacity of the cellular system and to number of cellular system, so we can use the concept of to increase the frequency use, but interference is possible. So whenever to meet the signal strength is high, we use the concept of frequency use, but that time we same frequency bands are allocated different channels. So there is a possible the signal strength will be arise a unwanted signal, that is we can say that the interference will be increasing. Fading. Signal propagation effects may be disturbed. Signal cause the errors. So fading is due to the multipath propagations of a signal. Obstacles are present. That is nothing but a fading. Then path loss models. These path loss models are very useful to analyze the random nature of radio channels and how they will be effect are very helpful to design. Path loss or path attenuation is also called is a reduction in power density of an electromagnetic wave as propagates through the space. Path loss models are useful to estimate the received signal level as a function of distance. With the help of this model, we can predict the signal to noise ratio for the mobile communication system. So that path loss models are very helpful for to calculate the received signal level as a function of distance as well as to predict the signal to noise ratio in mobile communication system. Path loss can be caused normally propagation loss by the natural expansion of radio waves from free space, which usually takes in a shape of the ever increasing the sphere. Absorption loss or penetration loss when the signal is passes through media not transparent in electromagnetic waves. Diffraction when the part of radio waves are obstructed by opaque obstacle or losses caused due to the another phenomenon. That is, the three phenomena are responsible for the path loss. Path loss models. There are the two types of models will be studied. One is the long distance path loss model and second one is a normal shadowing. The path loss at a particular location for any value of d is a random distributed log normally about the mean distance dependent upon the value. So path loss is given in a distance between transmitter and receiver in dB, path loss distance into sigma. So where sigma is a natural log, so where x0 is a zero mean Gaussian distribution of random variable with standard deviation, that is in dB. So these are the some path loss exponent which is to be calculated. Become free space in urban areas. The one column will be define the environment and path loss exponent values, which is very helpful while designing a mobile communication system. So this is the graphical view. We can see this is a path loss which is in dB, and we can measure the precise path loss, least square feet and measured values. So this is a path loss graphical view. Then path loss propagation models. Usually this path loss propagation models give the Maxwell equation is too complex to model the propagation. The propagation model are normally used to predict the average signal strength at a given distance from the transmitter. The propagation models are predict the mean signal strength for an arbitrary transmitter and receiver separation distance are useful to estimating the radio coverage area. So when we are dealing a separation distance from transmitter receiver, useful estimating radio coverage area, that time we use the large scale fading or large scale or path loss. Large scale path loss or large scale fading. Path loss was also called as a fading. So propagation models several hundred or thousands of meter distance will be considered. The second propagation model, which characterize the rapid fluctuation of a received signal strength over a very short distance. So if you study the fluctuations whenever we traveling from short distance in very few centimeters or very few seconds or very few wavelengths or short duration, that model is called as a small scale fading or small scale path loss. That is the two models which will be very popular. So this graphical view defines the large scale and small scale fading or large scale path loss or small scale path loss. So this is a path loss on y-axis, which is in dB, received signal strength power, and on y-axis there is a wavelength, or also we can define in terms of the time. So this is also we define the large scale and small scale fading or large scale path loss or small scale path loss on the basis of the in dB and distance in terms of the wavelength lambda. So free space propagation model, which is given by free space for the line of sight path existent between transmitter and receiver. That there is a direct transmission and reception between your transmitter and receiver, may be applicable for the satellite communication, which is very helpful. So free space propagation model, we can say that it gives the idea about how the mobile radio channel travels from transmitter to receiver without any obstacle. So free propagation model is used to predict the received signal strength when transmitter and receiver have a clear unobstacle line of sight path between them. It is also used for the satellite communication. So the free space power received by the receiver antenna, which is separated from the radiating transmitter antenna distance by d, this can be given by the equation, that is this, which is indicated in red color. So received power, which is a distance d, p of t gt into gr lambda square divided by 4 pi r square d square into l, where pt is the transmitted power, pr is the received power, and gt is your transmitter gain, gt is your gr is the receive gain, d is the distance between transmitter and receiver separation, and l is the system loss factor, and lambda is the wavelength, which is a meter. So this formula is very important, which is given by free space equations. And path loss is nothing but a difference between the effective transmitted power and the received power, that is called as a path loss, and which is to be measured in dB. So modified equation for the free space equation will be used. So received power is equal to received power d0 into d0 by dd square. So this is a modified equation. So d is a separation distance between transmitter and receiver, and d0 is a, we can say, is a threshold separation distance between your transmitter and receiver. So modified free space equation in dB, so we can define in terms of log, so which is to be measured in dB, where d is lie between d0 to df. So df is nothing but the Fraunhofer distance, which is complements by using formula df is equal to 2d square by lambda, where d is the largest physical linear dimension of an antenna, and in practice the reference is choose from to be 1 meter. So free space path loss will be given in terms of the ratio of received transmitted power to the received power 4 pi d square lambda square. We can also given in terms of the light velocity and frequency. So signal power transmitted antenna, so signal power receiving antenna, and lambda is the carrier and d is the propagation distance between two antennas, and c is the speed of light, which is a 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second, where d is the distance between separation between transmitter and receiver, and its units are same for the meter. Then free space loss equation can be again recast. So loss will be 10 dB log to the base 2 this, so which is to be given 20 log to the base 4 pi d square into lambda. So we can calculate this whole value, which is to be very important to calculate the free space loss equation, which is in dB, that is L. So free space loss accounting gain of another antenna, which is to be calculated. So in terms of the ratio of received power, transmitted power or received power, so 4 pi d square divided by gain of receiver antenna, gain of transmitting antenna into wavelength. So we can define in terms of this, or we can define in terms of the area, effective area of the transmitting antenna, effective area of the receiving antenna. So lambda into d square divided by effective area of a receiving antenna, effective area of the transmitting antenna, which is to be defined in terms of the also in frequency. So this is very important. Free space accounting gain another antenna, so we can also calculate. So free space loss accounting for a gain of another antenna to be recast, 20 log to the base 20 log lambda 20 log d minus 20 log this. So loss will be calculated in terms of the decibel. So what is meant by effective isotropic radiated power? So it is used to which represent in terms of the mathematical equation transmitted power into gain of the transmitted antenna, which is represent the maximum radiated power available from the transmitter in the direction of maximum antenna gain as compared to the isotropic radiator or isotropic radiator antenna. So effective isotropic radiated power can be given in the equation, that this one. And effective radiated power. In practice, effective radiated power is used to denote the maximum radiated power as compared to the half-wave dipole antenna. So this is an insulation of the propagation model which is to be given. So if we transmitting the electromagnetic waves, the several phenomena of propagation mechanism will be take place, like reflection, diffraction, scattering. So there are the three propagation mechanism will be take place for the radio channels. First one is the propagation mechanism are the reflection, diffraction and scattering. They have impact on wave propagation in the mobile communication system. The most important parameter, the received power, is predicted by the large scale propagation model based on the physics of physical phenomena like reflection, diffraction and scattering. So propagation mechanism plays important role in received signal power, and the three basic propagation mechanisms are the reflection, diffraction and scattering, which impact the propagation mobile in communication system. We will explain one by one and very briefly. So what is meant by reflections? Reflection occurs when the propagating an electromagnetic wave impinges upon the object which has very large dimension as compared to the wavelength of the propagating waves. So reflection occurs from the large buildings, walls and earth surface. That is called as reflection. So reflection is electromagnetic waves were impinging or reflected from large bodies like buildings, walls and earth surface. Second one is the phenomena of propagation mechanism, that is a diffraction. It occurs when the radio path between transmitter and receiver is obstructed by the surface that has sharp irregularities or edges. And the diffraction phenomena gives a secondary waves resulting from the obstructed surface are present throughout of the space, giving rise the above bending of the waves around the obstacle and when the line of sight path does not exist between. So whenever this diffraction will be happen, when then there is no line of sight between transmitter and receiver, there is an obstacle is present and diffraction will be take place. Then scattering. Scattering occurs when the medium through which wave travels consists of objects with a dimension that are very small as compared to the wavelength of the radio channel. In practice, foliage, street signs, lamps, posts induce the scattering effect in mobile communication system. So in this lecture, we are going to the various introduction of the mobile radio propagation, then free space propagation model, then receive power in terms of the antenna gain, transmit antenna, receive antenna gain, distance, path loss component, as well as the phenomena, propagation phenomena, mechanisms for the electromagnetic or radio waves are three: reflection, scattering and diffraction, which will be explained in this figure. So we can stop here. We'll see these three phenomena in very detail in this lecture. So we can stop here. Thank you.